There's one goal here, and one promise I made to Mrs. Ford is winning. For that to happen, everyone needs to be on the same page to be in the best position with the right plan. Every person in this building has a job to do, and each job is important.
When expectations are unfulfilled, change often occurs.
So close to a huge victory, instead just a gut-wrenching defeat. I've seen a lot. I don't know if I've seen anything as painful as that.
You want to talk about ripping your heart out.
After a playoff season in 2014, hopes were high for the Detroit Lions in 2015. But a brutal schedule and gut-wrenching losses forced the team into a dramatic midseason change. On November 19th, Rod Wood was named the team's new president, and with new offensive coordinator Jim Bob Cooter in place, the team rallied behind unwavering head coach Jim Caldwell and finished 6-2.
Calvin Johnson with the catch! What a big play by that defense! And the Lions extend their lead.
After the catch, Golden Tate is electric.
Eric Ebron all by himself.
The city of Detroit, the state of Michigan are known for hard work. The Detroit Lions will have a culture of hard work.
Oh, baby, he got leveled. What a significant weapon Theo Riddick has become.
My job is to come in here every day and make everyone in this building better.
Matthew Stafford, that is a pass.
Building on their strong finish in 2015, the chief architect for 2016 and beyond is new general manager Bob Quinn, who spent 16 years with the Patriots.
We're going to do this thing the right way. We're not going to build it for the quick. We're going to build it for the long haul.
Have a day, 8-1. Let's go.
Although the season didn't start the way they wanted,
Hey! Go get 7 now. Let's go get 7. Come on.
the Lions came together and played their best football down the stretch.
Rosie wants Jones inside the 5, spinning into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit Lions. Oh, what a sweet pass by Matthew Stafford. TJ hauled it in and spun it home.
Nice job, Tim. Way to go. Great catch.
All right, good job. Let's go score one more.
Yeah. Luady! Leaks out.
In the second half of the season, Stafford's 110.1 passer rating was the highest over an 8-game span in team history. With 90 receptions, Golden Tate became the 4th player in team history with at least 180 catches in consecutive seasons.
Hey, big fella, it's on you guys now, right? 4th quarter's where you gotta dominate. Gotta dominate, big boys. Leaks out.
Stafford also set a franchise record for completion percentage over that same period, throwing 19 touchdowns and just 2 interceptions.
Touchdown, Detroit Lions.
Big fella. Love you, buddy. Way to go. Hey.
The defense dominated the second half, shutting out San Francisco and surrendering negative 1 yard rushing.
Nice job of battling. Hey, nice job today. Catch and run guy. I like it. Nice job. Way to battle. Way to battle. Not our best, but way to battle.
With a win in the season finale, the Lions would end the year 6-2 under head coach Jim Caldwell, their best second-half record since 1995. Matthew Stafford finished with a passer rating over 100 for the 5th time in the final 6 games and etched his name atop the Lions record books with a 67.2 completion percentage for the season. Matt Prater kicked a franchise record 59-yard field goal, the longest ever at Soldier Field.
It is good. How about that?
Detroit's defense did its part with 3 interceptions and 4 sacks.
Chase gonna get hit, gonna go down. Sack back inside the 40-yard line. Steps up, in as he throws, it was picked up by the Lions. Coming back left sideline, Tahir Whitehead picks up a block at the 50, down to the 45. Tahir inside the 40-yard line.
In the second half, Johnson and Stafford continued to put on a show. Number 81 recorded his 46th 100-plus yard receiving game, capping his Lions career with 10 catches for 137 yards.
Left side wants Calvin. Inside the 5. Diving catch. Megatron. Touchdown Detroit Lions. Stafford to Calvin. And they're back on top.
Theo Riddick caught 4 passes and became the first running back in franchise history with 80 receptions. Stafford finished the day with 298 yards and 3 touchdowns and became the first player in NFL history to complete over 60% of his passes in all 16 games.
Touchdown Detroit Lions. Eric Ebron's got it.
With a 4-point lead and 2 minutes to play, the Detroit defense did it again.
Glover Quinn with the interception, set up by the pressure that time.
Lions are going to salt this one away.
So this season ends, the off-season begins. It is a very big off-season for this franchise. And as Mrs. Ford has said, as Rod Wood has said, they want to find the very best leadership for this team to take it in the future.
Our team will be based on having an outstanding depth. Our culture will be one of great work ethic and no egos. We will create a working class attitude throughout the organization. All of our decisions will be based on what's the best interest of the Detroit Lions, period.
Here we go.
Amir Abdullah is a handful.
That's a big-time gain on the play for the Lions.
You are talking about rocket? That was a rocket.
Man, oh man. Ziggy did it. Big play Lions. And the Lions taking the lead again. That guy is a big-time play. Picked up by the Lions. Ebron wide open. How big is that? Oh, Golden Tate, you did. He's a magician. Are you kidding me?
It's that push up the middle.
Come on, one time, man. Abdullah gave him a shake and said, so long.
Clearly, number 21's a weapon.
Oh, what a sweet pass by Matthew Stafford. That's a big-time play right there.
New leadership, tremendous talent, and true blue fans will help the Lions restore the roar in 2016.
It wasn't easy. It wasn't always pretty, but they showed a lot of guts along the way. And here come the Lions.
What's going on, people? It's another edition of Ace Taker Rants, and y'all got another video out of me. As a matter of fact, I'm planning on doing a series of videos touching up on different parts of the team, different cores of the team and stuff like that. I was actually really motivated to do a video today because training camp starts tomorrow. Veterans report for the Lions. And 2 things, my homies from the One Pride Rider community, you know what I'm saying, LB and Dante Chase, we was talking about some interesting things. I was talking about some interesting things with Man Beast too. But what was the most interesting, LB wanted to hear me talk about the defense, but I'm going to do that at a later date. What me and Dante Chase was talking about was Stafford needing to have a big year. Because, and that's where we're going to start today. It's all about Stafford right now. Now, Stafford going into this 2016 season, we know the deal. No more Calvin Johnson. You know what I'm saying? His first full season without Calvin Johnson since he's been here as a Lion. 2009, his first year. Matthew Stafford going to have to get this shit done on his own. You know what I'm saying? But he got plenty of help. Another thing about Matthew Stafford, he's a free agent after next season. After the 2017 season, he is a free agent. Alright, so it's a huge time for the Lions organization in that quarterback position. Bob Quinn wants to see what this guy can do. Because I'm telling you right now, one thing about Bob Quinn, he is not tied to Stafford at all. Alright? The organization might be, the owners. You know the owners love them some Matthew Stafford, but Bob Quinn don't give a shit about Matthew Stafford at the end of the day. Because you know one thing at the end of the day, Bob Quinn what he wants to do. Bob Quinn definitely want to bring in his own quarterback one day. You know what I'm saying? But he also likes his job. So he's going to ride with Stafford for right now. I mean, it's the best option we got on this team. If Matthew Stafford's your best option, it's not a bad option at all to have. Better option than what most teams got right now. But Matthew Stafford is in a position right now where he got to prove his fucking self. You know what I'm saying? Matthew Stafford, I've always been this way with Matthew Stafford, man. I've never deteriorated from it. I've never locked horns on it or nothing. When it comes to this situation for Matthew Stafford, I've always said, if there's one thing about Matthew Stafford, he is capable of being a top 3 quarterback in this league. Hasn't done it yet. The closest he came was 2011 in the second half of last season. I thought he was playing top 3 football the second half of last season. Outside of the Rams game, the nigga was on point. He was efficient. He played the best football I ever seen him play with Jim Bob Cooter. And it's up to Matthew Stafford to carry that momentum over from last year over to this year. No doubt about it. You know what I mean? He got to carry that fucking momentum over to this year. You know? Because let's just break it down. Let's be truthful about this shit. Whether you like Matthew Stafford or not, this is a make it or break it season for Matthew Stafford. It is a make it or break it season. Okay? He's in his 8th season. He's 28 years old, still on the young side, you know, as far as age goes. Quarterbacks can play until they're about 39 to 40 to 41 years old. He still got a lot of time left on his football career. But let's not forget, he started at 21, so he also got a lot of wear and tear. Started out earlier than most quarterbacks did. You know what I'm saying? Came into this league really fucking young. You know? But for Matthew Stafford, this is a huge year. It's an easier schedule this year. Easier defenses to face. He needs to have a big year. You know what I'm saying? We need to be having a conversation about him being the top 5 quarterback by season's end. You know what I'm saying? If he's not in those conversations, and if this team ain't in a position where, you know, the last week of the season they not even in the playoff picture, you know, maybe it's time we start looking at a different quarterbacking era in here. Now, here's the scary thing about Matthew Stafford, man. You know, it took us literally a whole decade to find the next quarterback, franchise quarterback here after Scott Mitchell. You know what I'm saying? For a whole damn decade. Quarterbacks don't want to grow on trees. Teams like Green Bay and Indianapolis was lucky, you know, to find dudes that were, you know, just as decent as their predecessor was. Not better, not nowhere near better, but decent. Aaron Rodgers and Andrew Luck. You know what I'm saying? But that's not going to happen to every team, man. You know what I'm saying? It takes teams years to find a franchise quarterback, dog. So one of the things that I've always been scared of with Matthew Stafford is if he don't succeed this year, how long is it going to take us to find the next quarterback, man? You know, we could be in a really bad state with this football team for a while, you know. And the scariest thing about Matthew Stafford, he could go somewhere else. He's that good where he could go somewhere else and flourish in a different system on a different team. And that's the last thing I want to see is Matthew Stafford having success anywhere else. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to see that shit. I don't ever want to have to see that shit. I'd rather he just be our fucking garbage than ever seeing him win a ring with a different team when he could have did it here. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, man, the excuses are over. You know, the excuses are done when it comes to Matthew Stafford. There's no time to make them anymore, man. This is a you can look at this season like a do or die situation for him, man. In the Matthew Stafford era, you're either going to get this shit done this year or you're not. In order for him to even have it next season, he at least needs to be really good this year. In order for us to even be talking about Matthew Stafford 2017, now he's still on the contract for one more year in 2017. So he can still be on this team next year. It ain't like this is his contract season. But this season is still really big for him because, come on, man, 2017, man, we going to be ready to move on from that nigga, man, when 2017 gets here. You know? So we want to see him do his thing this year. Especially, like I said, with an easier schedule, man. This is one of the easiest schedules I think I've seen for the Lions probably since 2011. I mean, it just ain't a lot of good defenses on the schedule, man. When you look at it, man, you know, there's some wild card teams in here that might have decent defenses like the Bears, Rams. I don't think the Rams going to be as good as they was in years past because they lost like 3 key motherfuckers in one offseason. You can't lose Chris Long and think you're going to be good in Laurinaitis and shit. Nah, y'all took a step back. The Redskins, they can be good. The Redskins is one team I can't read right now because I'm trying to see if last year was for real. I'm trying to see if last year was a product of the bad division. You know what I'm saying? But the one defense you know you don't got any question marks is the Houston Texans on the 30. That could be the first legit defense we face this season. Because the Colts and Titans are ass. Colts didn't improve shit on defense. They still one of the worst defenses in the league, in my opinion. Ryan Grigson need to get his ass fired. I don't know why they brought his ass back, because he did not ever put a good defense on that fucking team. Never. The Titans aren't actually too bad on defense, but they're really young and inexperienced. You could still touch them up. Green Bay defense always been horrible. A lot of times with Green Bay defense be decent because the offenses ain't living up to their expectations. Or Aaron Rodgers killing their ass on the other side of the football. Bears defense gonna be decent. Eagles gonna be ass. That's probably gonna be one of the worst defenses we see all year outside of the Titans. And then I just ran over the Rams and shit. So really the better defenses, we ain't gonna see them until the second half of the season. You know, the Vikings, Jags, you know what I'm saying? Then after that, it gets a little bit light. It gets a little bit light after that, man. Because the Giants and Cowboys ain't really that good either. But, I mean, the Giants did make some improvements, so I can't really talk about them just yet on defense, but they was horrible last year. The worst defense, I believe, in the league. Especially passing defense. But, like I said, Matthew Stafford, man, the excuses are running out for him, man. I think it's crazy because we don't got Calvin Johnson, but this is actually the best all-around offense he's had around him. It's not the best O-line. The best O-line was 2013. But it's an improving O-line. It's definitely not going to be any worse. We're not going to see an offensive line worse than last year. It's probably like one of his top 3 offensive lines he had in the first 8 years of his career. Running game should be a lot better. I think this is going to be one of his better running games that he has behind him. And the receiving core is obviously the best he ever had. The best. The best. The most deep and the best. You know what I'm saying? A lot of guys who can kill, just torture the goddamn defenses, man. Matthew Stafford should have a Kurt Warner type season this year. He really should. I'm putting his expectations way up there. Why not put his expectations way up there? It's time for him to step the fuck up, man. You know what I'm saying? You've been real comfortable with Jim Bob Cooter, man. There's no excuses, man, why this offense ain't really flowing this year, dog. I don't want to hear it. You know what I'm saying? Your ass need to be out there doing what the fuck you need to do, Stafford. You know what I'm saying? We need to be winning. We need to be putting these games on fucking lock. These teams, a lot of these teams are not anywhere near better than the fucking Lions. You know what I'm saying? First 2 games of the year. That's why I said in my last video when I was talking about bowling, I said we should be putting up a 40 spot in one of the first 2 games. Maybe both games. Colts defense is ass. I'm expecting that to be a shootout. I think either team can win that game. But we definitely need to be beating the Titans, you know. I was watching, like I said, I've been watching that All or Nothing. I watched a couple more episodes last night before I went to bed. I watched a couple more episodes of that Cardinals All or Nothing series. It's a really great series, guys. I hope you guys get a chance to check that shit out, man. Bruce Arians is so cool on that motherfucker. So fucking cool on that goddamn series. And the Cardinals, the reason why the Cardinals be winning this shit because they be putting the emphasis on their September and October games. They was putting a huge emphasis on winning those September and October games, dog. Those games will come back to haunt you later in the season. We know this division is good. We need to win as many of these games as possible. You know what I'm saying? We don't need to be giving any of these fucking games away. None of them. You know what I'm saying? The first 2 games of the season, we should be doing 1-on-1 or 2-0. We go 0-2. Caldwell need to get fucking fired. The week we go 0-2. I'm talking about the week we go 0-2, dog. Promote Terrell Austin and let's be done with it. You know what I'm saying? Because there ain't no reason for this Lions team to be losing to the Titans week 2. No fucking reason. That's your home opener. We always play good at home. The offense be on point at home. There ain't no reason why we lose to the fucking Titans. The Titans is not ready to win right now, man. They got a really good promising young quarterback in Mariota, but they ain't ready to win right now. We go on to Jim Caldwell need to get the fuck out of here. And we're going to have to start looking at Matthew Stafford like, you need to get the fuck out of here because there ain't no reason for you to be going on to. Especially if you played a whole full 16-game season like you've been playing the last 4 years. You need to, first of all, you need to be doing better than 7-9. I don't even think I'll accept 8-8. We need to be 9-7 or better, some type of winning record. We really need to be. We really could, with this schedule we got, we really could be 11-5 again, like we was in 2014. We really could be, you know. And I think if the offense is really good, the defense is going to be good again. You know what I'm saying? Because defense ain't going to be on the field that much. They was on the field way too much in the first half of the season last year. Way too fucking much. But in the second half, it all started to change. Because the defense wasn't out there that much. You know? They was getting a rest. And that's what this offense has to do this year. They gotta control the clock and control the game. We got one of the most dangerous receiving corps in the league this year, dog. We got nothing but weapons. Defenses ain't gonna know who the fuck to cover. And the JBC spread it out offense, man. Especially if we get this running game on point behind this fucking O-line, dog. And if we got the O-line giving Stafford any fucking time, this is going to be a huge fucking year. Because it's been proven when Stafford gets fucking time, he's a killer. He's a killer when he gets fucking time, dog. I feel like Stafford is usually at his worst when 2 things happen. When there's a blitz coming, and the offensive line will protect them, and when receivers drop the ball. Me and Man be talking about that shit. How the receivers be dropping the ball and shit. And how that shit been overlooked. The receivers been dropping the ball for years. That's why I'm glad we got Bowden. He's a sure-handed receiver. We could go to him in clutch situations. You know what I'm saying? When it's a 3rd down or a 4th down that needs to be converted, we could go to this end. Because we're going to have some close games this year. But a majority of our games, man, I'm telling you, at least, well, not a majority, but at least 30 to 40% of our games should be blowouts. You know, us blowing out these teams. I don't even really want to see close games like that until we start seeing the better defenses. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, that first game of the season should be a fucking shootout. I think it's going to be like one of those 38-31, 38-34, 45-42 type games, dog. It's going to be up there. Because I don't think our defense is going to be that good against Andrew Luck, dog. Because T.Y. Hilton going to be like Keenan Allen was last year with the Chargers and shit, man. But you never know. If we do like one of the best games I think I've seen against the Colts last year was when the Jets went to Indy early in the season and just shut them boys down. They only gave them 7 fucking points. Our team need to be looking at that film of what the Jets did to Andrew Luck in that offense that game, man. Because we could do a 20-7 game. We could do that. We could do that. You know what I'm saying? But it's up to Matthew Stafford this year to step the fuck up, man. I'm getting tired of not hearing this nigga in the top 5 quarterbacks, dog. He should be up there, dog. I mean, this is how the nation look at Matthew Stafford right now. They just look at this dude as a fantasy stat eater. He gonna, like, if you he the dude that you gonna draft in your fantasy league or whatever. He gonna give you all these fucking points. But when it comes to actually getting fucking W's in big games and being clutch and all that shit, he doesn't come through. And I'm getting sick of that shit because I know how good this kid could be. You know what I'm saying? I think one of the things I liked about seeing from Stafford last year, especially in the second half, it looked like he was becoming more of a leader too, more of a vocal leader. You know, I saw him yelling at the offensive line when he was getting sacked and shit. I hadn't seen that shit before from Matthew Stafford. Usually, he don't really get up in the receivers' asses and shit, man. But he been doing that shit lately, man. Getting in the offensive line ass. Yelling at Abdullah on some plays and shit. I seen him doing that. Yelling at T.J. Jones. You know? I want to see him continue to do that with the maturation process. Because I do think Matthew Stafford's a bit of a late bloomer. I think he is. I think he's one of those quarterbacks that's going to play a lot better in his 30s than he did in his 20s. You know? And I think that because he kind of reminds me of Tony Romo a little bit. Tony Romo was ass when he first came into the league. But then he just started, like, Tony Romo just started putting that shit together. Especially in 2014 and started lighting teams up. Because I think Tony Romo would have had a good season last year if he didn't get hurt. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, man, it's time, man. It's time for him to step up, man. Every game is gonna be really important for Stafford this year, man. Every game. It's gonna be a different year. Because the Lions, you know, because we got Quinn now, I think a lot of people could go into the season writing the Lions off thinking that this could be a year where every year we gotta draft guys and stuff like that, but I'm honestly looking at this as a do-or-die year with this Stafford shit, man. That's how I'm kind of going into this year. I'm looking at this as a year where we could be a Super Bowl contender if we do the right things, man, especially offensively. One thing that me and Man Beast talk about too, we was talking about, because we got Anquan Bolden now, what the hell going to happen with Curly and T.J. Jones over the middle. Y'all know I really like T.J. Jones, man. And I think that just having the depth, I think that JBC wanted that shit. I think he wanted as many receivers as possible to give defenses a different look. This is why Matthew Stafford should be able to succeed this year. Because we're going to, like, defense just not going to know what to fucking do. As long as you put the ball in the right spot, they not going to know what the fuck to do this year, dog. They not going to know who the fuck to cover. They not. It's going to be a totally different year than it was in past years. I already started seeing in the last few games against the Saints, the Saints game, the Niners game, and the Bears game. Like, that was just a preview of what could happen this year, but we're going to have a much better receiver core this year. Much better backfield catch. I mean, I think the one key dude that we found in this offense the last couple of years is Theo Reddick. That dude, he changes the whole landscape of how you defend this team. You just not gonna know who the fuck to cover on this team, dog. And Matthew Stafford, one thing he been getting better at, extending plays, running the football a little more. You know what I'm saying? He'll take a look, tuck it, and run it. So I got big expectations for the guy, man. It's time for him to step up. No more excuses, man. Every time he fucks up, I'm coming after his ass this season, dog, because I'm not having it. You know what I'm saying? So, we'll see what happens. First preseason game on the 12th against Pittsburgh. I'm excited. Can't wait. I know y'all can't either. You know what I'm saying? So, training camp starts tomorrow. We're going to see what happens. The next video I'm gonna talk about the defense, and I might throw a little bit in of what I see with the defense. You know, might be on here again tomorrow. You never know. Might be tomorrow, Friday, or something. I don't know. You might see me again. But one thing's for sure, man. Every single preseason game, I will be covering it. Even if it's not on the same night as the game. Usually I do them on like Sunday nights, so I'm trying to get into that routine. Most of our games on Sunday this season because we got a 9-playoff schedule. We only got like 2 games. That's the Thanksgiving game and the Monday night game against the Cowboys after Christmas. That's not on a Sunday this year. You know, when you get a 9-playoff schedule, you get a lot of Sunday 1 o'clock starts, man. So I'm trying to get into the routine to get my videos up at Monday morning because that's what I've been known for on here, getting the videos up on Mondays. And you know, so that's usually when you can catch them if you don't catch them the same night the game's air on. But it's going to be exciting this season, man. It's going to be exciting to watch Matthew Stafford, man. But like I said, you know, don't feel bad about not giving any excuses to him, man. You know, it's time. It's time because he's better than Teddy Bridgewater. I think he's better than Aaron. Honestly, like I said, I've been saying this for a long time. He's better than Aaron Rodgers, too. Way better than Aaron Rodgers. I think he can do a lot of different things that Aaron Rodgers can't do. You know, but he needs to put it together, and we need to see it. You know what I'm saying? And he for damn sure better than Jay Cutler. I don't want to hear that shit no more. You still got motherfuckers saying, man, him and Jay Cutler in the same league. No, they not. No, they not, man. Jay Cutler a choker, dude. Fuck out of here. Ain't no fucking better than Matthew Stafford in the same league. Get the hell out of here, man. No, he's not. Never going to be either. Now, Jay Cutler is everybody better than Teddy Bridgewater to me in this division. He is checked down Teddy. He is not the reason why they made the playoffs and won their division last year. It is that defense. And a lot of it had to do because the Lions wasn't good, so it wasn't extra competition. The only competition they had was the Packers. We're going to be good this year. So you know what, Minnesota, you know what that means, Minnesota? You're not going to make the playoffs. Because we're going to be good this year. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna give it to you, Everson Griffin. Don't think we forgot about that shit last year. Mike Tyson sounded ass bitch. Oh, yeah, man. Thanks for listening in. Peace.